Hello, this is Divine Sunshine coming to you with a message just like what you all had asked for on the poll. You all asked what is going to happen next? What are the next steps that you need to follow on your journey? So I pulled some cards. I'm going to make it very quick and short and sweet and to the point because it is important because I got a Patreon meeting to go to next after this. So I'm going to hit it and quit it. So, okay, what we're doing here is health. So I pulled the overall lesson that we need to listen to is to our bodies. You hear the divine that's chiming, which means it's very important that we do that because our bodies will tell you. Right now, I have a pain, like it's not funny. That it's gotten to the point that on my right side and back in the hip, where I'm not able to move forward, having problems moving, my mobility. And so with having problems like that in your body, you got to listen to it. Is out here the song, listen to your heart. Da, 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 Holy One. So you need to listen to your heart too as well. You need to listen to your body as well because your body is going to give you clues as far as how are you processing the information. We're having a lot of ascension things going on, like head, vertigo, things of that nature. That as they're saying, head, third eye, pineal, things with the head going on, some heart. I'm feeling some digestive issues too. I felt heartburn when I said that too as well. Some of us in our bones, structural. So if you're having a lot of things like bone things, that lets me know that, hey, it's something going on with the structure that you need to pay attention to. Hey, Kelly, hey, Unique. So you need to pay attention to those things if you're having aches and pains in the bones, the structures of it as well. I'm having on the right side, so that means that my masculine about me moving forward into the world is a issue that I'm having. So I'm just putting my own self out there on blast as far as moving forward, as far as my leadership as a leader, as well, and having that forward mobility in that. So that's something that we need to pay attention to because we understand this is our vessel. But you know what? Our bodies, the part that they keep score, they will tell on us if we ain't doing what we're supposed to be doing. It will tell. Okay. All right then. So the next thing is what's the overall energy that we have? What's the overall energy that spirit wants us collectively to work on our journey? So remember, I'm going straight down the middle. So if you want to get a GPS reading with me to get more specific about it, make sure you go. It's for $17.17. Go over to divineunisouls11.co and we can get more specific as to where you are on your journey. What's your next step that you need to do? That's why I call GPS, so it can help you with your location. It says man holding the heart. So this goes several ways. One way is on this journey is about how is in our masculine feelings. How is it in our divine masculine energies? How are we holding our heart? That's why he kept on saying, tell me I'm not the only one. Listen to your heart. It keeps on singing that song over again. Your heart really is not going to lie to you. Your heart is really has the whole, your desires, what you really want and need, and it's also the doorway to your soul's desire. So you have to watch as far as how the divine masculine energies is making this connection with your heart as well. How is it properly positioning it? Is it holding it loose? Is it holding it tight? Is it holding it too tight that you can't get any kind of movement? Is it holding it too loose that you can lose it? Is it holding it just right, almost like the three bears, that you can be able to have this control and flow when it comes to matters of the heart? I'm interested, like most times people say, he wears his heart on his sleeve, being very sensitive, but I'm seeing here this is a patch of a heart here on the knee. That means, again, with this mobility, how are you being able to be flexible in the process of understanding the things of your heart? Are you comfortable with things of matter of your heart when it's talking about this as well? So that's, again, checking in with your heart. That's the physical thing. Also, one thing is again, this connection with this other person. It could be your cohort too as well, the divine masculine energies. If that how we loving things, how are we making these connections when it comes to loving relationships, rather it's with a person or family or those things. How are we reacting? How is our body reacting to things when we're connected to things? So on this next thing on the journey is like really becoming more connected, because your body is keeping score. Your body will tell you if you're going in the right direction or you're going into the wrong direction. So pay attention to what your body, while your body's talking, You need to be listening and looking up these things. As well, I have a book. It's by Everett Rose, and she has a thing what I do of metaphysical anatomy technique, where she talks about what every little part. Go Google that too as well, to know what is it specifically going into your body, as well. If you want to hit me up and say, hey, I'm having this problem with my headache, what does it say that it's doing? I usually take a picture of it, and then you read it and you take it from there. So you can go to divineunisouls11.co. No. Wrong. Go to my Gmail, divineunisouls11 at Gmail, and say, hey, I'm having headaches. Can you send me a picture of what's going on with my head? What does this mean? Or my hip is hurting me. Every time I try to, my knee is swollen. What's going on with that? Hit me up. I take a picture of it, and then you take it from that point on. Now, if you want me to go further into it and to look at it, then again, go to AshantiWellness.center.com, and then we can see as far as what's going on with a specific feeling or emotion or some kind of trauma, how you housing that in that area, so you can be able to get a MAT session with me for that. Okay, but right now we're just talking about if it's other physical things, but right now they're saying it's the heart. Tell me I'm the only one. That lyric keeps on playing over and over in my head, which lets me know that it's talking about as far as how are you putting yourself first. I'm the only one with the divine masculine energies in house in your cohort, as well. You're asking the question too, how are they making this connection? How are they holding your heart as well? And so this is what's playing out. This is divine feminine energies. What they want us to work on, divine feminine energies, on this journey is the following in order to become divine. They want us to work on forgiveness, goddess of forgiveness. Now, when I look at this is again, we have to get to the point about forgiving others, but then we also have to forgive ourselves. How did we get ourselves into these positions? It's no more, again, if you're on my channel, we understand we're a community of no more saying we putting the blame on anybody else. We know that we're looking at ourselves first and seeing what key things that we do as far as putting, having things show up in our world, life, world, and affairs. We don't do that anymore. So we don't say it's the DM's fault, it's my mama's fault, it's my grandmama's fault. We now look at ourselves to see about, okay, what did I contribute? How am I a contributing factor? Just like in math to that. So again, we need to practice forgiveness. Say true. So we need to look at it again and seeing about what is it as far as forgiveness. Use practicing the prono prayer. I forget, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. Saying those things to yourself first and going through that step by step and saying why, and then also saying it to the other person as well, as far as saying why. Also, goddess of wisdom. We've got to get to the point that we're looking at, and I'm looking at this. I've seen somebody the other day say we need to come up with goals. I was talking to a lady that was helping me do astrology because I did a swap. I did a past life regression session with her, and she in turn did astrology with me. And so you need to look at as far as seeing, as far as gaining wisdom, looking at this is ancient scripts I see here. Like again, you can say Akashic records, looking back in your past, seeing how that's playing a part. What I'm finding very interesting now is that when I do the sessions, a lot of people are not going back to say, oh, I was Cleopatra, or I was Anthony, I was Caesar, I was this. A lot of people that when they do their sessions with me, they stay right in this life. Why? Because their subconscious or their higher self is saying, you know what? This is the most important life. This is where you need to go retrace your steps and see where the mishaps or the misdirection or where you got off track to help you lead you to the point that you are right now asking for this session. So a lot of times when I do my sessions, I ask for what's your intentions, so that we can set forth and know that when I send your higher self or whoever spiritual guides that come along, they help you to be able to see how you can be able to connect the dots. So you got to become wise. How do you become wise? Become wise through experiences. These experiences help you to lead you to where you are and make you much stronger, because of the experiences, you know not to make the same mistake. That's called wisdom. not intelligence. Intelligence sees the facts and they can put it together. But when there's wisdom involved, that means I learned the facts. I took the facts. I took my mistakes. I took my trials and errors, and I mixed it together, and I got wisdom now. And I know what's the right weapon of choice to choose to as well. And it might be something. Oh, remember to make sure you protect yourself and put up healthy boundaries when we talk about the divine feminine energies. Because again, spiritually right now, the divine feminine energies are going through some things. It's a lot of things that's testing, saying, hey, do you know what you know, or do you know what you know? And a lot of times, like today, I told the DM, I mean, this morning I was getting slammed by a lot of people. Excuse me if you're on Patreon, my people, I'll be over there in a couple of seconds, in a couple of minutes. A lot of people, I know was saying, I was saying this morning, a lot of people are calling me and dropping off their problems. I'm talking about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, please, who wants to get up and listen to everybody that's dumping their problems on you? Because I know a lot of times people know I have a very good diplomatic head and I can be able to solve things. But at the same time, it's like, really? I don't want to wake up to this. So again, knowing that, and I was like, okay, I got it. I'm not gonna let it bother me. They're not gonna trigger me. I got this. I went through the same one after another, and then lo and behold, what happened? The DM slap out came up with the trump, all of that. Everything I'm talking about, it's not gonna bother me. I'm centered. I'm grounded. I got this. And then Fan said, "Oh, you got this, huh?" In walk, bring in her cohort, bring her other half in, and let's see, does she really have this thing? And boy, I almost failed. I almost failed the test. I'm gonna tell on myself, but then I stayed the course. I said, I will not fail this. You're not gonna bother me either with your issue that you have either. So again, just when you think you got in life, the divine feminists are getting tested. And again, getting rid of all these things that no longer serve. A lot of things are coming up to just make sure that you are being more steady, and these principles and these new foundations you have is there. For the divine masculine energies, thought I'd say that. For divine, no, I ain't got time for that. For divine masculine energies is in our things, is like one of my readings they had said. Try to make sure that you're finding the joy. Well, not readings, the past life regressions. One of her lives and her higher self had told her, say, you take things too serious, even out there in the world about what you're doing. Find joy in what you're doing. Make it a play. Go back to child's play, being a child, so you can enjoy the process. I think a lot of us, because we got this spiritual work, we working hard, we forget to have child's play. Child's play is again having the joy, is being in the now, when that makes you more grounded in it instead of being so futuristic about things. Okay, this, that keeps you in the divine masculine energies. When you're more in the feminine, it's about the receiving, it's about being in the now. And that's the difference when we talk about what's our next step is in our divine masculine energy. Say, whoop, bring it on back. Let's anchor ourselves and be in the now. Let's find the play in this. Let's find the play about this. And you can also ask your guides, whoever your spiritual team, your beings, powers of beings, as I use in my new terms, to help you. Not be, because that's the third 3D term that y'all say about government. Mine is powers of beings, because they're all different types of beings. They help us, whether it's spirits, whatever, shamans, or past life ascension, past lives, people who's been here, ancestors, um, ascended masters, all that stuff. All those is beings, light beings, whatever you want to call it. Those things. So ask them to help you with that. Let your journey be lighter, but you still get a lesson as well. Understand you need to bring God of unity as well. What would Christ be? What would it be? Again, to have that Christ consciousness, that higherness, that more going into your Christine, what crystalline body, more so, more of a purity, back to your sovereign being. How you can be able to do that, to practice that, have that compassion, the empathy in your balance as you're doing your walk in the world, because divine masculine is about being in the world. And then also they're saying for you to be able to remain openness, to have openness. How to be able, when I see this, I always say how they can have the connection with the light and the shadow, have the light and the shadow work together as you walk off to new horizons, new beginnings in your divine masculine energies. Take it in the land. So this is two males. So again, in your masculine, and finding a way how you can be able to bring those together. The 3D and the 5th D. Like they say, here and there. That is the main thing as far as when we talk about the universal things and making things come into fruition. You want things to bring from here to there. This is where I want to go, which is there, but I'm here, so I need to be there. So this is what you have to bring into fruition about that. And the last card here we have here overall for Twin Flames, as far as on that journey, they want us to keep this in mind and find the word. I know they might people like, where is she? Understand the power of no. Some of us has got to, while we're on this journey where we are about this health, and when our body is showing up and telling you, and it's like, hey, I'm being triggered in my body, my hip is hurting, or this is showing up. Understand that you've got to put up some barriers there for it to be able to help you protect yourself as well. Because a lot of times I was talking to my mentor the other day, and she was like, you know what? If you got like markings on your body, she said that's a lot of times that's from past lives, or that's other lessons within your body, that if we even take it to that you need to learn. And once that disappears, that means you got the lesson. So if you're having aches and pains, if you don't like the past lives, that's on you. I do believe in that. However, again, if you don't and you want to take it just in this life, if these things are appearing on you, you got aches, pains, or whatever, you have to remember to look at that and seeing, hey, when it disappears, that means I got the lesson. But if it's existing and it's showing itself, guess what? That's something that I've got to work on. Okay. So that way, again, is being able to get the lesson and to say no and to put healthy boundaries up. And understand here that we are endless abundance. We've got to get ourselves in line with abundance, believing that we believe that we are worthy of that. That is our birthright. That's who we are. That's who we be. Excuse my ebonics. And that is what we are worthy of this. And a lot of times in our divine masculine energies, they know they're worthy. They know they want it out there in the world. I got that, go get it. They do. The divine feminine energies, where she has a problem is again is accepting it, receiving it. So learn how to make that shift in there and get a true understanding, because she's in gold, as to who you are. And then it's also pink here, which is getting into your bliss and to your higher heart too as well. All right, then. Thank you so very much for listening. All right. If you want to read it with me, go to divineunisouls11.co so you can be able to second divine unisouls11.co. I think she's at the top. And she is. For you to get a GPS reading, just to know where you are. That's $17.17. If you are interested in getting that past life regression session, or a session just to see where you are and where your higher self takes you, as far as in your lives, in your souls that you have lived, so you can be able to get that information, go to AshantiWellnessCenter.com and see about you booking a reading with me. Or if you're having some issues in your body, you can get a metaphysical anatomy technique. You can get that. Most of the time, it just lasts for an hour. I've rarely had anybody take me 2 hours. So with the pricing that you see over there, most of the time I just do an hour. We don't go over. We really don't. I mean, if that's a rarity, and we could talk about what happens afterwards. You have to be like 2 hours extra over the hour, then that. But otherwise, that we could do a sliding scale. If you mention you see me on Divine Unisouls 11.co, but that first hour is the fee that I charge there, because that's usually how long it takes for that. So you could be able to do that. We go in, we look and see how your emotions attach to different parts of your body, and we talk about how the trauma is housed there in form of pain in your body, and how I can help you. We can help each other. I help you to help yourself to be able to remove that from your body. Okay. All right, then. Don't forget about this Friday. Tomorrow, the Playground Experience is going to be on their own channel as well. So make sure that you partake in doing that. And don't forget also, I am starting, that's July 4th, sorry about June 4th, July 4th, the leadership, the Divine Sunshine Leadership the circle, in which we are reading the book by Angel Simmons, which is Love's Great Design. Love's Great Design. It's a 52-day program. She does it in 52 weeks. I do it in 52 days. And you'll also have Zoom calls, weekly Zoom calls, and we'll have guest speakers, and we'll talk about what's going on with that. So that is only for, what is that for? Make sure that you look in. It's like $25 only for that 52 days. That's 7 weeks. that there's no place you can get there. 7 weeks. It's a program for $25, 7 weeks, and it will be able to help you fast track. I'm gonna be on that too. Be able to uncover the power and purpose of human relationships and twin flame. I'm putting a twist to it. So you can be able, so you're interested in doing that, go over there to Divine Unisouls, 11.co. It's already there. The book is not included. I've given you also the website for you to be able to go to get her book. And she said it will be for $10. So go in there, and so you can be able to get that as well. Okay. All right, then, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Mwah. Love you. All right, then, and I'll be talking to you real soon, especially on the playground tomorrow. All right, see ya. Oh, and remember, as always, to click, like, share, and subscribe. All right, see you until next time. Mwah. Love you again.